Hello, fellow cyborgs, and welcome to Wonderweek, where I wonder if I'm going to hate this makeup when I'm editing for 12 hours. Just kidding. Wonderweek is actually this thing that's starting today. It's Monday, and you're seeing my face. What the crap is going on, you may be asking? Well, I will tell you. I have recently read a succession of books that were all themed around Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and I decided that I was going to do a series of review videos and discussion videos surrounding these books for you. Call it Wonder Week and make it a thing. So here we go, day one. I'm going to talk about, as you may have noticed from the title here, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, the original work itself. But first, because this is a book review, you are owed a book haiku. Curse you, dear Disney. Vocal soundtrack verbatim. Haunted by voices. I read Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass for the first time in 2009. I had a Borders Classics edition that had no pictures and it was just the text and it had stupid deckled edges. I hate deckled edges. I really kind of hated my experience reading it because, as my haiku alludes to, the text was taken almost verbatim in the Disney animated movie that was created in, I want to say, the 50s or something like that. And I'm very familiar with that movie, or I was at the time, because I was still living at my parents' house where all of the Disney movies were, and I would watch that one. And as I was reading the book, the movie voice, like audio track, played in my head the entire time and infuriated me. So that wasn't so much fun. However, I did, in that case, because of that, perhaps, enjoy Through the Looking Glass more than Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So I do need to reread this and see what I actually feel about the original text. I recently bought, and by recently I mean like 5 years ago, this edition of it with the original John Tenniel illustrations. So I'm hoping that with some gap between me and that movie, that I will come to be able to appreciate this as a work of literature and not as the movie audio track. That makes sense. So I know that's not much of a review, but to give you a solve for this fact, I want to talk to you about some of my favorite Alice in Wonderland movie adaptations. One of them, I'm sure a lot of people are going to disagree with me on, and that's totally fine, but I really enjoyed Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, the recent one that came out in like 2008 or something. The one with Johnny Depp and Mia Wasikowska and Helena Bonham Carter and Anne Hathaway, Stephen Fry, Alan Rickman. I really love the visual look of this. I love how it was not a retelling of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It was a continuation of the story. I loved the music, and I really also loved the eye gouging scenes because, you know, it's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and that whole theme of a story can quickly not become child territory. And this movie really showcases that and says, you know what, just because this is a child's story doesn't necessarily mean it's for children. Same thing with the original fairy tales. People think they're for children. They're kind of not, you know. The other I would like to talk about is the Alice miniseries that I think was produced by the Sci-Fi Network a couple years ago. I didn't do my research and look up all of the things, the like facts and stuff for you, but here's a picture of it and I'll link it down to the IMDb site below. So I really enjoy this. This is yet again another continuation rather than like actual retelling of the story. It's super kooky. It's got Kathy Bates in it, among other people whose names I don't know as much. And the idea is that this is Alice in her 20s. She's this awesome like karate master, and she gets pulled into Wonderland, and there she learns secrets about her fiancé, her father. The Wonderland portrayed in here is really crazy and odd, but not terribly upsetting or unsettling. And I'm not good with the unsettling. The White Knight's also in here and I really adore him. And the Mad Hatter is awesome. Also, this is a Wonderland that's run by emotions, where like emotions are drugs and everyone wants their fix of like different sorts of emotions. And how they get those emotions leads to some hinky stuff. If you appreciate Alice in Wonderland as like a general sort of story and you're not super hardcore about, you know, getting offended of how it changes your thing, I think that you'll think that this is a fun experience to watch. I'm certainly really glad I own it, and I need to rewatch that thing. I don't have the DVDs up with me, but maybe they will be up with me when I go home next, because I will bring them up with me because I need to watch them. Well, I hope you enjoyed the fast talking and that it was comprehensible. So that's all I wanted to talk with you about today. However, I will be back tomorrow for another Alice in Wonderland themed video. So thank you for watching, and until next time, continue to be lovely.